He's almost finished. Couple more passes and he'll be finished. Okay. Alright. We should be done mowing grass. I'm gonna go around the edge of this field. Bring us in the air. Alright, let's see. way. Head toward back to the farm here. We're going to park our mower. And grab our forage pickup wagon. Get started collecting that grass. Cover so we can see in. We already got the silage added in there. Turn it on. Alright. We are now collecting the grass off of this field. Making sure there's no traffic coming along here. Okay, I don't see no traffic. Just cleared it. We're steady at getting this grass collected. It won't be long yet we'll have it collected. And then we'll check on the price of coffee beans again. See where we're at. And that is a wrap for collecting the grass. Alright. We got 312,000 liters, 312,375 liters of grass collected. And we are going to take that back to the farm here. Go back up the grass side on the production for making the TMR for the cattle. And then we'll check on our coffee prices again and check on the progress of our soybean harvest that we got going on. Alright, we'll store the rest of the grass in our silo over on the other side. And we're going to park our forage wagon. While he's doing that, let's check the prices once again. We are at 33.10, and the terminal barge has dropped down to 14. Okay, the farmer's market is setting stabilized. It's not going to drop. Okay, might as well sell the coffee beans now because it's not going to go any higher. Alright, let's go to the farmer's market as soon as I find it. Nope, that's the kiosk. Where's that farmer's market at? Over here. Alright, we are going to sell the coffee beans. Alright, notice we have 230,720 liters of oven roasted coffee beans. Alright, we are going to sell them. And we managed to make $763,819 for sold product, and with an environmental score of 59,591, that's a good payday for coffee beans, roasted coffee beans. Next month we'll be selling the raw coffee beans. I don't know where we'll be selling them at yet. And I went on the other side of this field here. Why did I do that? Good question. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's get back to the main farm. It shouldn't be too hard to do. And that's what I call win-win on the roasted coffee beans. Alright, let's head back over to our soybean harvest. He's waiting on me. No, he's not. Luckily enough. But he's almost, I know he's getting ready for an offload. So we'll get in position here. He's full. That's how you force a worker to put his pipe in. Cover your trailer up. That way you don't lose no product into the field. Great demand at the liquid fuel station. Oh my. What do we got a great demand for? There it is. Milk. Really? Well, we could always buy some milk. What's the price of milk? $8.81. At the liquid fill station, and at the discounted multi-fruit buying station, it's $5.03 for milk. Would that be a good investment? Yeah, it could be. Being the price of milk has gone by top dollar on back in January. So and that's at $14.99. That's a dollar shy of $1,000 extra on top of the peak time. I think we'll buy a tank full. I think we'll buy 100,000 liters of milk. Let's see if we do have a tractor here. What are we got in this tanker here? I know it's set for 100,000 liters. How much we got left in here? Alright. We're gonna have to clean our tanker out. Store the herbicide. We gotta clean our tanker out here so we can haul milk. We don't want no tainted milk. Alright. What better way is to get some free water? Alright, we washed our tanker out. We'll buy some milk. We'll buy 1,000 liters of milk. See what the cost is. And alright, we want milk. See how much it costs to fill up this tanker. 100,000 liters. Alright, it cost us $50,399 for a tanker of milk, and the liquid bulk station is buying it, where we just rinsed it out. see how much we make. See if it's worth the while to do another tank. We made over 300,000 liters, $300,000 for a tanker that cost us $50,000. So we're going to buy one more. I'm not going to sit here and buy and sell milk. That's for sure. I got better things to do than that. Well, anyhow, we're at $9 million. $50,399 is what it cost us. And we're going to make a profit of $250,000. That ain't too bad for milk. But I'm not going to do this all day long, that's for sure. $324,772 for the barometer score. So we made $350,000. And you take $50,000 off of that for the cost of the milk. We made $300,000 over for a tank of milk. Alright, we sold 2 tanks of milk. I'm not gonna do that all day long. Just whoop, whoa. Let's get rid of that water. We rinsed the water out. Let's go back and get our herbicide back in here. We're almost halfway of the goal for the milk. We want that herbicide. We got that much water in that. Where'd that water come from? Really? Oh, wrong. We want the herbicide. I didn't think we was that close with that. Uh-oh, we got stuck. Alright, we got that. Whoa. What's with it? You're doing a lot of... Alright, we've done some things. Let's get back over here to the soybean field. While he's doing that, let's grab our other tractor here. Let's grab the cultivator, and we're gonna cultivate. I don't think this field. We're gonna find out here real quick, like if this field needs to be plowed. No, just a little bit on this edge here. All right, we're gonna cultivate that soybean field. And we're also going to cultivate that grass field we just finished up doing. I've got enough grass to last me a while. Let's take a look at that production real quickly. Where's it at? Here it is. We're about out of hay. Really? Alright, we're going to stop the grass silage. We got a good bit of silage in there. We're going to go back to hay. And how's our straw situation? Our straw situation looks grim. We're going to need a field soon for straw. Alright, let's take a look at our map real quick, like see what we got here. Okay, that field needs to be plowed. How did I miss that? Okay, I've got both fields of barley here. Not close enough for harvest. Do we have any wheat fields anywhere? What's this? I think this is corn. Yep. What's this? Wait. Not quite ready. Field 12. What's in it? Wait. This is wait here. Well, see how much TMR we got. Okay. We're lacking something for that. Yeah, we're lacking hay. We just topped that off with the grass. Alright, we're gonna need straw. How much didn't get to see what we had for TMR. Oh, we got plenty of TMR. Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna worry too much about the straw then. We got 45,000, almost 45,000 liters of TMR. Head back over here to our soybean harvest. See where is that on that. Okay. Right. roughly estimate we're almost at 50,000 liters of soybeans here. And there, yep, we got to 50,000 liters of soybean. And we still got soybean to harvest off of this field. And we're coming up to another hour already. Wow. It's taken almost 3 hours just to do this. We got soybean harvest off of 2 fields. Let's zoom out. That's a big field. What is this crazy looking thing here? Looks like a cultivated field. And we are. Let's take a look at this. There's a water tower. I didn't notice that before. It don't look like we can access water from this water tower. Not sure. Not knowing. Here's a spinnery. Cool, cool, cool. What's this? It looks like the warehouse. Blue dwarf. No, this is the preserved foods where you can take your peas, spinach, and all that stuff too. Okay. Somebody mentioned about something over here in the store area. Might be over here. Yep, it's over here. Okay. We are gonna visit this building here in a little bit. I really haven't looked for any collectibles on this map. I got one so far, if I'm not mistaken. That was on the main farm there. That would be in the statistics. Yeah, I got 1 out of 25 so far. I'm gonna make it quick today. If you like what you saw, do all the things in the algorithm that YouTube know and me know. Like, subscribe, notification bell, and share. So we're on the road to 3,000 watch hours, hopefully, by the first of the year. It would be nice to see the 4,000 watch hours, but I kind of doubt it. I have enough subscribers to get ad revenue, but it's going to take a lot of people watching my videos to get there. I'm always up for new improvements and suggestions.